The Model Aeronautics Association of Canada, MAC for short, is the official governing body of model aviation in Canada. By affiliation with the Aero Clubs of Canada, it represents the interests of our international modelers in competitions worldwide under the jurisdiction of the Fédération Internationale Aéronautique, the world aviation body based in Switzerland. Nationally, we administer the aero modeling hobby sport, including competition rules, safety standards, and liability insurance for each of our over 12,000 members and approximately 400 chartered clubs across Canada. Our committees are dedicated to furthering the enjoyment of the many differing activities of the aero modeling world, examples of which we bring to you. Indoor flying. Winter weather limits our outdoor flying activity, so many folds now fly indoor models in auditoriums, gymnasiums, and sports field houses. Rubber-powered models provide relaxed flying of miniature-scale models and feather-light endurance models for those with keen eyesight and a steady hand. Indoor electric radio-controlled models. A current trend in indoor flying is the high-performance radio-controlled electric motor-powered airplanes. They test your reflexes by performing complex aerobatics in a small space. Outdoor free flight. When spring warms the air, some hardy folks take to the fields to fly free flight outdoor models. These are usually rubber-powered or electric motored models and are larger in size than the indoor models. Once launched, these models must be chased to their landing point. Introducing the sport part of our hobby sport. A good day at the field can burn as many calories as a round of golf.
I can smell it.
Control line. Back in 1940, some modelers connected steel lines to their models and tried flying them in 100-foot circles, while they rotated in the center of the circle and controlled the elevation of the models with the wires. These early efforts rapidly developed into a very popular segment of the hobby. Our showman here demonstrates a portion of the aerobatic schedule for such models. He competes internationally, and we caught him in practice. There are MAC clubs across the country specializing in this activity called control line flying. Park flying. A new category of radio-controlled flying is represented by park flyer models. The little models are very light and safe to fly in smaller areas like parks and football fields. They are purchased from many sources, but when their pilots are contacted by MAC members, they're encouraged to join local radio control clubs. some municipalities limit their use, whereas clubs welcome them as fellow flyers and assist them in advancing the hobby. Radio control trainers. Stepping up to the flying with radio control clubs, new members are offered flying training programs similar to people learning to fly full-size airplanes. Ground school consists of a couple of hours of discussion of safe flying procedures and simulator flying. The next step is to acquire a trainer similar to what we see here, in kit form or ready to fly. An instructor is assigned to each student. Together, they start flying lessons using connected transmitters tuned to the one trainer. On passing a flying test, the student receives his Maac wings, permitting him to fly at any Maac registered field as a member or guest.
Good one. Okay, Alex, what I want you to do is a nice square circuit. Turn now. Good. Okay, this time around, Alex, I want you to set up for a landing.
Ready for landing.
Okay, runway's clear, no other planes trying to land, you're okay. Good boy. Okay, Alex, when you taxi off the far end of the field.
Taxiing off.
Radio-controlled sport models take many forms in land planes. And seaplanes. Helicopters. Another recently developed phase of radio-controlled models with the availability of gyro stabilizers has made helicopter flying possible to many more modelers. These graceful machines perform all of the moves of their full-sized cousins with a few extra tricks added. They can be built from kits or purchased ready to fly. For modelers who started building models in the 1930s to 1950s of the last century, and number of younger adherents, a society of antique modelers has been formed internationally. Models in this category are now flown free flight or under radio control. Built originally to maximize climb and glide duration time, their specialized design is illustrated here. This one is electric motor powered. Sailplanes and gliders. A more relaxed and laid-back form of outdoor activity involves flying model gliders and sailplanes. These graceful models with high-lift wings are designed to soar with the birds. Towed aloft at the end of an elastic line of about 500 feet, they're released to search for rising air currents to sustain them in the air for long periods of time on a nice day. Other forms of launch include the discus launch, winch-driven tow lines, and AEROTOW by Powered Aircraft. Scale RC models are exact miniatures of full-sized airplanes. They're built to exacting standards and may have the same handling characteristics as their manned cousins. Producing good flying scale models has always been a challenge because the aerodynamic design becomes complicated when reducing the design to model sizes. Dedicated scale modelers have been able to produce many examples of flying machines which we thought to be unflyable in miniature. International competitions are held every year for the experts in this category, in which their fidelity to scale in outline and detail and flight characteristics are the standard of judging. Our sample shows just a few of the potential variety of subjects. RC Scale Aerobatics. Crowds at air shows are thrilled by aircraft flown by pilots who've spent many hours in the air performing difficult maneuvers. This requires skills by the aviators and specially designed aircraft capable of performing these shows. In recent years, a large group of the modeling fraternity has set out to duplicate these performances in miniature. Model air shows of this category can be equally thrilling and every bit as exacting. Turbojets. With the availability of high-strength alloys to model engine manufacturers, it's now possible to enjoy flying models with true turbine jet engines. These engines produce very high power-to-weight thrust, particularly at high speeds. This in turn enables us to duplicate the performance of full-size jet-powered aircraft with sensational results. Our camera people had a little difficulty capturing the high-speed flying of these models, but you see the evidence. MAC services. The Radio Control Frequency Board is just one of many services to our affiliated clubs by MAC. It is a well-organized business entity about to celebrate its silver anniversary of operation in the coming year. A board of directors made up from each of the 13 geographic zones of Canada represents the interests of the membership and guide the operation of our headquarters, staff, and facilities at Burlington, Canada. If you'd like to know more about this fascinating hobby sport, contact your local model airplane club, your nearest hobby shop, or MAC directly at Model Aeronautics Association of Canada. Visit our website www.maac.ca or call us at 905-632-9808. Send a fax to 905-632-3304 or email us at maachq@on.aibn.com.